Welcome to the Modern Manifestation Podcast. I'm your host, Bree Brown, a business mindset coach, entrepreneur, and a top competitor in a male-dominated industry. I'm a native Texan, the youngest of all brothers, and a lettuce-hating, wine-loving, curses-like-a-sailor recovering perfectionist. I've spent over a decade building my commission-based career, and my life's purpose is helping other women achieve the same multi-six-figure success I achieved before I was 25. I have a passion for helping women with mindset, money, and manifestation skills to help every young woman realize her full potential. If you're looking for vulnerable conversations, professional development, inspiration, or even a kick in the ass to get you motivated, you have come to the right place. Thanks for checking out the Modern Manifestation Podcast. Now let's jump right in to today's topic. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Modern Manifestation Podcast. So I know that I talk a lot about mindset and how the tips that I'm trying to teach you throughout these podcast episodes is to really help you get into the mindset of someone that can manifest anything that they want, right? That is probably the number one thing I talk about, mindset. And honestly, it's because I truly believe that when you have the proper mindset, that the money, relationships, home, travel, friends, job, all of that can be manifested when you get your mind right. So from that perspective, really every episode that I do is about manifesting money or relationships or jobs, family, whatever that is for you. But I had someone reach out via Instagram lately and they asked if I could talk about a specific thing to manifest, how to manifest a new job. Or your dream job, rather. So thank you, AB, for today's topic. And if you ever have a topic request as well, feel free to DM me on Instagram. That's probably the quickest way to get a hold of me. And I will make sure that your topic request either gets on the schedule or I'll let you know if it was covered in a past episode. So today we are talking about manifesting your dream job. And I love this question for so many reasons, but I think the biggest reason why I love this question is because I know that changing jobs or manifesting the job you want, or the jobs you want anyway, often comes with an increase in pay, benefits, autonomy, freedom, or all of the above. And I love that. I love that for you. And the shit gets me excited because all I want in this world is for us to own our own worth mentally and financially. And changing jobs is one of the best ways to get yourself a pay increase or a benefits increase because you can negotiate all of that. Or you can use that opportunity to get an increase in your current job. You say, hey, employer X, this other guy is willing to pay me this. Are you willing to meet that? And don't be afraid to explore opportunities to do that because you need to take care of yourself, right? It's not a selfish thing to do. And if someone else is willing to pay you more for a job that you do, then why wouldn't your current employer? Because otherwise they're going to have to retrain someone else. You are valuable and you can ask for more money. Or you can just manifest your dream job, which is what we're here to talk about today. So grab a journal and a pen because if you are looking to manifest a dream job, then today's episode requires that you ask yourself and you answer a lot of questions. And I suggest that you write these answers down because that's going to be a better way for you to get the clarity. And this is definitely, think of this episode more of a working episode. So if you are driving or if you're doing something else, you're multitasking, totally fine. But make sure you replay this episode later while you have an opportunity to sit down and write out your responses. Because writing will take you out of your brain and put you into the bottle, take you out of your brain and put you into your body so that you can reflect back on your responses and you'll start to see the patterns coming through. Like you'll write things down and you'll either start to notice something that's consistent among your answers or you'll have a much better visual about what that person is that you're trying to, or not what that person is, but what that dream opportunity is that's indicative of all the things that you wrote down. So with that, grab a pen and paper at some point, be prepared to write down your answers, and let's get into it. Manifesting your dream job. This is something that I have done for myself on several occasions, so I'm going to give you the 6 tips that I utilized when I was working to do this. I kind of feel like an infomercial right now. Follow these 6 tips to manifest your dream job. Oh God, I'm a dork. Okay, anyway. Tip number 1 is to learn to love your current job. And ooh, I bet y'all were not expecting this one. Honestly, this is the hardest one, and I'm starting off with this one because it does get easier from here. If you want to manifest a dream job, but you hate or dislike your current job, that energy is associated with having a job, any job. And you're carrying that into your ask for the dream job. So even though this can be a really tough challenge, I'm not going to lie to you, you have to learn to love your current job, or at least aspects of it. And because you're listening to this episode, you're probably like, well, my current job isn't my dream job. So if I loved it, then why would I want to manifest my dream job? Why even bother loving this job? Or how can I love this job? It's obviously not what I'm looking for. I get it. It is paradoxical, like many things in manifestation. And this can be really hard, especially if you're in a toxic environment at work. So my advice for this is to focus on things about the job that you can be grateful for, or that you can learn to like or even love. So maybe it's something like your coworkers, or the money it brings you, the paycheck, the experience. It could even be teaching the things that you don't want in a job. Just find something to be grateful for or to love about having that job. And really just start to cultivate feelings of appreciation about having a job. Because you really want the idea of having a job to have a positive connotation. And for a lot of us, I feel like there's just naturally this negative connotation to having a job. And that needs to shift if you're trying to manifest a dream job or something that's better aligned for you. You have to believe that having a job can be a positive experience. And if you want that next job to be a positive experience, then you need to start working on that mindset now. So that's tip number 1. The second tip is to get clarity on the job. You don't necessarily have to know what the dream job is. You know, some people haven't figured it out yet, totally fine. So instead, you can easily start with how the job will feel and the emotions it will bring you. I think we've talked about that in past episodes, but how does this job make you feel every day? Happy, peaceful, excitement, freedom, joy, whatever you envision feeling as a result of having this job. And if you do know a little bit more about the type of job you want to have, then you can start thinking about things like the types of benefits you'll have, the days of the week that you'll work, the type of people you'll work with, the type of tasks that you'll do, the type of relationship you'll have with a boss or partner or coworkers, the needs that are being met in this new job. Write down all of the feelings and attributes of this job so that you're clear on what to look out for. And this will really help you determine if future opportunities are a match. So if you have this list ready to go and someone gives you an opportunity and you're like, wait a minute, does this align with what I'm looking for? Does this align with the opportunity that I think best fits that dream job allocation? Use this list to figure that out for you. Because sometimes when you start thinking about manifesting that dream job, multiple opportunities will come to you. And not all of them will be exactly what it is that you're looking for. So you do have to have a little bit of an analytical mind there to say, okay, is this the actual dream job I've been waiting for? Or is this just a step in the right direction, but it's still not completely there yet? Hopefully, everything we talk about today in this episode will help you make that decision. So you'll have this list and you'll ask yourself if the new job opportunity meets your ideals. The third tip sort of ties into this last one, but I think it's important that it stands alone on its own. Visualize. Visualize the job. Think through a day at this dream job. And again, if you don't know actually what you're doing, you can ask other questions too to help you just get an idea of how your day is going to go. So questions that I want you to ask about and write down the answers to are, what are you wearing on the first day? What time do you show up to work? What time do you get up for work? Where do you park? What does the office look like? What does it feel like? Find physical details that you can conjure up in your mind. What do you enjoy doing the most at this dream job? How do you feel every day? How many hours do you work? Where do you go to lunch? Who joins? What strengths are you able to utilize throughout the day? Where do you sit? How does your first meeting go? Who all is at that meeting? Try to think through as many specifics as you can, or as specific as you can get, but really start to create in your mind a mental image of you moving through that day at this new dream job. My fourth tip for you is to become the woman who already has that job. Become the version of you that already has this dream job. So think about what they would have, what they would say, who they would be, and what can you do today to become the woman who already has this job? What does she wear? How does she speak? What does her energy feel like? Is there a way that you could operate in your current job that would be reminiscent of this woman? How does she carry herself? Maybe you can even buy yourself that celebration gift in advance of the great news of achieving your dream job. Feel free to get creative with this. How can you embody the energy and the essence of the woman who has this dream job? Honestly, I really struggled to identify this woman at first, and so I ended up just going and picking movie characters to help me visualize this woman. Like, I used several fictional characters that I felt embodied aspects of my future self that I wanted to also have. So on that list, and you're about to think I'm really nerdy, but I had Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears Prada, and Liz Gilbert from Eat, Pray, Love. And I was like, in my mind, these women are combined to create who I thought this best version of myself could be. And then it helped me visualize her. And I was like, okay, channeling my inner Liz Gilbert, channeling my inner Lara Croft, my Miranda Priestley, what would I do in this moment? How would I dress? How would I show up to this meeting? How would I show up to this interview? And this really helped me get clear on the type of woman that I wanted to present to the world. So try this out for yourself. Who could those characters be for you? If you need to lean on fictional characters, it doesn't matter if it's from a book, from a play, from a movie, whatever that is for you. Just who embodies certain personality traits that you want to bring into that dream job? And how can you create that person now within yourself energetically? The fifth tip that I have for you is to take action. Don't sit around and wait for opportunities to fall in your lap. You will have to embrace the law of action and inspiration. So start mentioning to trusted friends and family members. Start mentioning the types of jobs you're looking for. And take some time to get your resume ready too, right? Like, you need to be prepared for these opportunities when they come. So switch your LinkedIn profile on to open to new opportunities. Start applying to jobs that check all of your boxes. Strike up conversations with strangers in coffee shops. Like, you never know what these spontaneous moments could lead to. And be open to the new opportunities that come your way that might interest you. Because sometimes the dream jobs that we're thinking through, especially when you don't know the what yet, they may be in industries that we haven't previously considered. It could be totally something that we just never would have even dreamed of. So be open to those opportunities to coming your way. And set yourself up for success so that when those opportunities do present themselves, you're ready. You have everything you need ready to go. You have that resume, you have referrals, you have questions you want to ask in the interview. You are ready to nail this. So take action so that you are ready for the moment the opportunity arises and that you're positioning yourself energetically to be open and curious to those opportunities and saying to the world, hey, I'm open, I'm not resisting this. I'm open to the opportunity. And so I'm going to take all these actions and all these steps in order to get myself to a place where these people can find me or these opportunities can find me. I am open. So that's a huge part of what this taking action does, is it signifies to the universe, energetically, I am open for change. And I'm ready to be a co-creator. So I am ready to own what I need to do to make sure that this opportunity can come to me. So that's really what take action also helps with. The last, but definitely not the least, final tip that I have for you is know without a doubt that the job is coming. And honestly, this probably, now that I think about it, this probably ties in with the first tip in terms of difficulty. So sorry about that. But knowing that your opportunity will come can be really hard because it's complete and total blind faith. Blind faith that what you know is coming is coming. And to make matters worse, I struggled to describe how I knew that my dream jobs were coming at the time, But I just did. For whatever reason, I knew they were on their way to me. And I believed they had to come to me. And I would always think that my future self was taking care of things for me to make sure that it would be there. And if you've ever heard of a really successful person or someone who's accomplished something in an interview, they will usually say something to the host like, "Oh, I just had to be successful," or "I knew it would work out. I had no choice for it to work out," or "I had no choice but for it to work out." That's the level of confidence that you need to have in the universe. And that makes a huge difference. Knowing that the universe always has your back, knowing that the dream job is coming. And all you need to do is to be ready for it by taking the action, getting clarity on what it looks like, visualizing what that job is so that way you have a very clear indicator of when it's in front of you, becoming the woman who already has that job because you have to become before you manifest, and then learning to love your current job. All of those things in combination with this belief that it is coming is how you're going to position yourself for success and how you're going to position yourself for that dream job to come to you. So those are my 4 tips. My 4. I can't count. Those are my 6 tips for you today to help you manifest your dream job. And if you have any extras that I didn't mention here and you're like, "Oh, this actually really worked for me," please, please, please DM me on Instagram and let me know. That way I can either do a follow-up episode to this and include more tips, or I can also do an IG post that helps cover this topic a little more. So thank you, AB, for today's topic. And I also recognize that you asked about NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, and that would be a lot to cover in one episode, so I will make another episode at a later point to address that topic specifically. And for everyone else, again, if you do have an interview topic that you want covered, Instagram me, direct message me on Instagram, let me know, and I'm happy to incorporate it in future episodes. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will catch y'all next Monday. Until then, go out there and manifest some miracles. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this podcast, hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with new episodes. As always, we would love it if you would share this episode with friends and family who could use the inspiration. As a new podcast show, we would really appreciate your honest feedback so I know what you like and what you could use more of. As a thank you for leaving us a rating, we will send you our 7 weekly tips to create space for abundance. Make sure you screenshot your review and email it to us at hello@modernmanifestation.com so we can send them straight to your inbox. If you'd like to stay connected, you can find us on Instagram or Facebook at Modern Manifestation, or you can head to our website at themodernmanifestation.com. Thanks again for joining me, and I will catch y'all in the next episode.